mad. King made mommy sad. King, when King gets mad, look, Bubba, look, you don't want to be mad and I don't want you to be mad. You got to tell me what's wrong, King. Because when you get mad, it makes mommy sad.
Hell yeah, KB.
You can hear the crowd sing along. Everybody know my songs. Had the crowd learn to walk. Country girl, small town. 14 years dedicated. Look, ma, I finally made it. Never thought I'd ever say it, but today I live my dream. Bodyguards protecting me. Crazy fans, loud screaming, flashing lights on every scene. Autographs, lots of pictures, signs that say we love you, kitty. Superstar, my new status, fantasizing. Please don't wake me, let me finish with this dream. Don't wake me up.
Y'all already know we be trying to get it together over here. It is another Tuesday. It is another 6 p.m. Y'all are locked in to Kitty Pink Radio, and what you are listening to or viewing, ladies and gentlemen, is Locked and Loaded. I was about to say Coffee with Kitty. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Y'all know how I go down. I always give my shout outs out. Shout out to Spotify and all my major podcast platforms. Shout out to Twitch. Shout out to Periscope. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to those of you who are on Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you are on Facebook right now, or if you are somewhere where you can share, go ahead and share it. I need y'all to share. I'm not even in the right thing to play the little thing. Yes, I am. There we go.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet? That's what I don't understand. That's why I'm not famous.
Bruh, I'm sitting over here talking and I'm on mute. Y'all supposed to be, where is my people at? Y'all supposed to be in the comments like, Kitty, you effing up.
I heard you.
You heard me, but they couldn't hear me. I just looked up and seen that my microphone was crossed out. Let me try it again. It is another Tuesday. It is another 6 p.m. You are locked in to Kitty Peak Radio, and this right here is Locked and Loaded. Shout out to everybody that is tuning in right now. If you are tuning in, please, 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 I beg of you to share. Tonight is going to be, especially for those of you who have family members, friends, sister, brother, those of you who have anybody in your life that is a special need parent, and it doesn't just it's not just women, it's men out there too that could use a little of this information on tonight. I have a very, very special guest with me on tonight, Barbara Audacity Johnson. She is the CEO of Spit Brand. How you doing, mama?
I'm good. I'm nervous now.
Why are you so nervous?
Cause you big time.
Girl, stop it. Stop.
I'm like, I'm gonna be on the YouTubes.
Be everywhere, not just YouTube. You know, this is on all my podcast platforms. So it's okay. You know, we gonna do this like we have our sisterly talks. We gonna run this show no different. You know, shit could get real. For those of you, if you caught the video at the beginning, I played that video just to let y'all know that this may be a trigger. I almost cried while watching the video myself. I really wanted to come forth tonight because I wanted to be, I guess I want to speak to those parents who are at their wits' end right now. Those parents that feel like they're about to give up. I want y'all to know that you're not alone. And I brought Barbara here with me because she's like my big sister when it comes to navigating being a special needs parent. I told you the other night, there are some days when I'm going through it and you post and there is so much inspiration there. And I feel like if you make me feel like that at a time when you really feeling desperation or at your wits end, you really helping somebody, sis. And that's what we're here today. First off, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us about Barbara Audacity.
Uh, wow. I'm not good at talking about myself. So,
Oh God.
um, the easy stuff is I'm Barbara Audacity. I'm a spoken word artist, writer, published poet, um, mom,
Right. The biggest
grandma.
one.
um, I don't know. I guess again, it's not really easy for me to talk about myself. I don't
Okay.
know what to
Don't
say.
worry about it. We're gonna ease you right on into it. Um, tell us about Q. Tell us your story.
um,
What you want us to know. You ain't gotta go deep. Wherever you're uncomfortable, you ain't gotta
oh,
go there.
um, well, Quentin, a lot of people already know Quentin,
Right?
especially in our
He's
community.
famous.
Well, because look, I have a saying: if Q can't roll, I can't go.
Right.
So
Right.
usually, if you see him, you gonna see me. You see me, you gonna see him.
Right.
um, but a lot of people already know him. But Quentin is 23 years old. He's a 23-year-old young man that I am gifted to be the mother of. When Quentin was born, um, he was born affected by a virus called the cytomegalovirus, or CMV for short. Um, and it caused a lot of disabilities. I mean, it made him have a stroke in utero before he was born. It created some pretty interesting eye anomalies, and also he had cataracts uh, before he was even born. So when he was born, he was completely blind. And then after he was born, about 5 weeks old, is when all of this stuff started. We started finding that out. Um, and then, like every few weeks, there was something else until he was probably about 3 or 4. And I think we got most, if not all, of the diagnoses that were to come with who he is. Now, if I listed them, yeah, I could if you want me to, but um, you
Do
know,
what you want, sis.
well, I'm just saying he's like he's such an interesting kid. So, or I call him a kid, and I hope nobody's offended by that, but he's my kid. So,
Right. Always be my baby.
right there, um, Quentin is legally blind. He used to be completely blind. He has cerebral palsy. He has seizure disorders. He has a severe case of neuromuscular scoliosis, muscle contractures. He's a stroke survivor. He has chronic. He has what I call old people problems.
Right.
Because of his stroke. Like, he has chronic constipation. I have to catheterize him and empty his bladder every 2.5 to 3 hours while he's awake, because he has something called neurogenic bladder. Um, he's cognitively and physically delayed, and I think that pretty much sums it, most of the stuff up. But it sounds like it's really profound, and I guess it is. But to see Quentin and to get to meet him, all of those
A
things are,
joy.
yeah. Well, and he is, and he can be a big jerk too, but um, he can't. So can I.
Right. We all can. It's normal.
Yeah, to meet him, and if you had all of those diagnoses like right next to him, you would kind of look at him, and um, he's, in my opinion, and I think a number of other people's, he's pretty much a walking mirror, miracle.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's a mirror too. Boy, if he ain't. Because
We
on
gonna get
today,
there in a minute because people don't understand. I think
he is.
my whole thing is the misconceptions. People think our children are just helpless so much to where they don't have their own personalities or anything like that. But I get my biggest laughs from my child.
Oh my God. Yeah. On today, he was something else. It was a good time. It was a good time.
I can just imagine, honey. Q is a whole character out here in these streets. For real, for real.
Yeah.
I wanted you more so to come on because a lot of times people look at us, we talked about the cliche things. God gives his strongest battles to his strongest soldiers. It takes a special person to raise a special child. And, there are plenty of them. I could go on and on for days. I think I'm not sure if people just don't know what to say to you because, of your experience and it's not an experience that they have themselves. I think a lot of times people are just saying things just so they can, give you some type of positivity. And don't get me wrong, it is very much appreciated. But when you've heard it, you said Q is 23, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it for 10 years and I'm tired of it.
I'm kind of like, I don't, I don't need you to tell me how strong I am. I need, I need you to help.
That one.
I mean,
That one.
and
Yeah.
I don't mean like come in and take care of my child, but sometimes like I be like, damn, I do not want to go to the store because I don't want to
Right.
take him. And I know that sounds shitty, but like sometimes I just don't. And so
No,
there are
ma'am.
certain things that I won't do in that moment, even though it might need to be done because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to take him sometimes. He's a lot. He requires a lot out of me physically. And and one of the diagnoses I missed is autism. So he likes to run. I mean, he can't physically like run. I can catch him, trust me. But but I'm just saying he likes to take off and go do his thing like
Right.
without any.
And when he has his mind made up, he's probably a lot like King. When his mind's made up, there's no understanding, there's no comprehension.
Yeah, I mean, it's a one track thing. It's like I'm gonna go do this, and I'm like, nah, we over here in the produce. I'm trying to get tomatoes, and he's
Right.
like, no, I want to go run over everybody and everything with this
Mm-hmm.
grocery cart that you're letting me push right now. I want to just, and you
I
laugh
totally get that because we're in the process right now. When we go to the grocery store, I let him get all his shopping out the way. I've learned to just, when you're a special needs parent, especially, and I can definitely relate when it comes to autism, you pick your battles wisely.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just follow him with the cart, let him get all of what he got in him out the way, and then I go and do, what I came to do a majority of the time. Um, I can remember one day you posted. I think you guys were in a department store.
We're in Five and Below.
You remember that day, yeah?
That was a hard day.
And that,
I actually cried over that day for like the rest of the fucking week.
yeah, yeah. And see, that's what they don't see when they're like, "You're so strong." They don't understand that we're hiding our tears. We're hiding, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we might make a post about it or whatever, but nobody really gets to see just how much it is on your mental and your spirit.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I remember that day. And if it's too touchy, you don't want to go there, because I don't think people don't understand that sometimes we it's not that they hate us. It's not that, for instance, they can forget that we're mama and we become a target. We get
Right.
hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He whooped my ass.
I'm sorry, sis. I'm not laughing at you.
He
I'm just laughing
mollywopped.
how you put it.
Yeah, he did. He mollywopped me in the middle of Five and Below and then decided he was gonna sit down on the floor and he wasn't gonna get up. And so I can't move him. I'm 5'2". He's like
Right.
5'7", 5'8". And so I sat my ass down right next to him
And you know what? In that
and I
moment,
waited.
right, in that moment when you just sat right there, right beside him, we were actually having a bad day. I'm tearing up thinking about it. We were having a bad day here too, and I just got in the middle of the floor and I sat with King. At the same time, you and Q were in that store sitting in the middle of the floor. Me and King were here at the house sitting in the middle of the floor too.
And we were rocking.
Rocking back and forth.
We were rocking. And if you saw, girl, people didn't even bat an eye. We were in the middle of the floor. Girl, they was just stepping over us and, excuse me. And
Right.
and
Right.
we're just sitting there working it out, whatever it was.
Right. So it is important, like you were saying. I don't need you to tell me I'm strong. I need you to tap in and say, hey sis, I'm on my way to the grocery store. You need anything?
Or I'll come sit with Quentin for like an hour and cut
That
up
part.
with him, because I love to go grocery shopping. That's like free therapy for me.
Right. Right. I'm with you.
I'm like all up and down the aisles.
It's like freedom. Nobody gets it. It's like our moment of freedom. People don't understand. I just be glad to just even go to the convenience store. It ain't even got to be the grocery store. And if I can go by myself,
and I like to take Quentin with me because, physically he really needs the exercise. So it kind of helps him and stuff. But that's a lot. Like he is strong. It's like driving a bus inside Walmart.
And honestly, like, that's why I subscribe to you, because Quentin is an adult, ladies and gentlemen.
And bigger than me.
Right. And he's bigger than his mama.
I mean, I'm laughing, but oh my gosh, he's such
You got to laugh to keep from crying, sis.
I cry too, trust me.
Oh, I know. I tell people all the time, the minimum of times I take to shed tears a day is probably 2.
Yeah, that would be a minimum. Or, at least maybe your eyes sweat a little bit,
Yeah.
Because you might be in public and you're like,
I got to hold it together.
Bitch, wait till I get to the car.
What really?
I'm serious.
I know. I'm here. We here. I know. And I want to share this with people because they don't understand that this is the part. Another thing that we were talking about the other day, there's such a stigma when people are telling you you're so strong. God gives his strongest, his biggest battles to his strongest. When y'all are telling us that, you're creating a stigma that we can't break down.
Yeah, I think that's a load of shit, and people need to stop saying that. I really do. I really do. And I think that's applicable for anybody who is experiencing heavy shit.
Yeah.
Like, stop saying that, because it's not even true.
No.
It's not true.
What about, are you okay?
No. I think sometimes people don't really know what to say or how to help. And are you okay is a pretty,
cliche.
Well, a cliche too, but I think it's a pretty large blanket to throw, or big net to cast to see what comes back.
Yeah.
Like, are you okay? How much are they going to tell me? Because that's a really broad question.
Right.
So I think sometimes it's safe for the person who's asking that, and then sometimes they get a whole lot more than what they thought they were going to get.
Right, like, whoa, lady. I just wanted a yes or a no.
Yeah, that was it.
That was another thing that we were talking about the other night. Sometimes it's not because I want you to provide a solution. Sometimes I just need somebody to listen to me. I just need somebody to vent, because a lot of people don't understand that we've kind of introverted ourselves in somewhat of a matter. Mm-hmm. We feel, I cannot imagine of being a mom back in the day when they were saying, to me, it's just ratchet to say that our children are undesirable.
Our children would have been institutionalized.
Exactly. They would have came in and took them from us.
Or they make you feel so inept or they give you incorrect information and then you give up immediately. And that's kind of sometimes I think what they're counting on.
Yeah.
But, like with Quentin, that when we started getting all of his diagnoses, like they literally told me when he was 5 months old that he would never walk, he would never talk. And he really wouldn't live much of a really deeply meaningful or quality life kind of thing. And I just have to say, let me put a plug in. My son's page on on Facebook is Quentin Cornelius Johnson, the Trillis cat in Texas. I'm not really good about posting a lot of stuff on there, but if you'll just go like, is it like or however they say it?
Go follow him.
Yeah, go
follow him. Is it on Facebook or Instagram?
He's on Facebook. He's not on Instagram, but I post a lot of his stuff on my Instagram page, which is Audacity 984. He also has a TikTok. It's Trillis Cat in Texas. Anyway, all of
that. By the way, can I stop you right here? Mm-hmm. Quinn love him some Bond B.
Yeah, UGK. South in your mouth.
My baby be rapping.
Well, that's because I'm his mom. He grew up.
His mama gangster. He can't help it. I'm sorry. I am looking at you. Shout out to LaShonda Crawford. Shout out to JD Jimerson. Thank you for tuning in, love. Shout out to Cynthia Williams Walker. Shout out to Kimberly. Kimberly played a part in King's life. She has been a part of his journey. She still asks about my baby. She was his teacher for a small I ain't gonna say a small amount of time, about 2 years while we were in Arkansas. But she says, I know if we break down in the classroom, I know the parents do. I try to do what I can to ease things for the parents. I have been in special needs for over 21 years, and I've had a group of amazing kids and parents. And my favorite is King and his mom. Thank you.
That's so sweet.
Thank you. That was because that was another thing that I wanted to talk about. What was your his education experience like for you?
A good portion of his educational career, whatever you want to call it, was here in Mesquite. I had some pretty bad issues. Like he went to one middle school, and because she couldn't control him, I think they just had him in the wrong classroom, to be honest. Yeah. But because she couldn't control him or make him follow, her class plan. He's with a lot of very high functioning students, and in an educational setting, not so much Quentin. In other areas of his life, very high functioning, but school is just, I don't know what it was. So anyway, all of that to say, she was putting my son in the closet. Because he wouldn't sit at his desk, and I don't know.
In a closet?
In the closet. I mean, with the door open, but Quentin, stemming, may have a behavior issue. There was stuff like stacked all the way up to the ceiling in that closet, so he could have hurt himself. But anyway, when I found that out, like, I was like, you transfer my son, like, tomorrow.
Oh my God.
And if you don't, I'm fixing to call, XYZ or whatever. So he would get transferred. And then another time when he was in middle school, I want to say he might have been in the 8th or 9th grade, and it was right at the end of the school year. And he came home from school on a Friday. All I did was scoop him from school and take him straight to his dad. So I got him dressed that morning. I bathed him the night before. He was fine. But when his dad took his clothes off to bathe him that night, he had like, these marks all up and down his back. Like, I have no idea where they came from. But they were like bruises. And that was on a Friday. And on Monday morning, I was up in there doing a donkey. And I also went and filed a police report. I called CPS. They didn't do shit. They didn't do shit. So I didn't send him back for the rest of the year. There was maybe like a week. And he must have been like in the 9th grade or something, because he was fixing to go to he was in the 8th grade, because they go to the high school in the 9th grade. So it was 8th grade. But anyway, so they didn't do nothing. And I went into the principal's office and I lit her ass up, and I was mad. And she was like, well, nobody said they saw anything. And I'm like,
this is what I'm going through right now. It's also a part of the reason I wanted to have this show. I'm tired. I'm tired of them pushing our kids off. You know, they sent a report card home and it had 100s and
Oh,
C's, just
they
enough,
had Quentin
just enough
taking
so
the
he could pass.
look. No, they had Quentin taking the STAR test. First of all, Quentin can't read. He doesn't know his numbers or letters or his colors. He doesn't know money. He doesn't know how to tell time. That's how cognitively delayed he is. He's also blind. Legally, he can't
Right.
print. So no, he didn't learn Braille because of his
Sensories.
sensory, issues and stuff. So they had this boy taking the STAR test for their money. They had him taking a STAR test, and he had to literally take subjects in school. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so. And they didn't. Oh yeah,
When I got that report card, I was thinking to myself, now, first of all, y'all already y'all dismiss him as if he's just ignorant, like he's not smart at all. You
mm,
know, due to me, what I do at home, he can count, he can say his alphabet, he can talk a little bit. I know he can talk a little bit. The boy can talk, y'all. He just won't talk until he get ready.
look. That was Quentin, and before he started talking, he spoke some sort of gibberish, and
King too.
yeah, and I'm people would be like, "What is he saying?" I'm like, "You don't speak Quentinese?" I'm like, he said he wanted
Our
his
survival
child in
tactics are
Mississippi.
amazing. Cause I used to tell everybody, well, y'all know I'm a baby mixed with a little Spanish.
But eventually he started saying words. But
Right.
yeah. But he would, say something, but I knew what he meant. So
Right.
it was fine. So
And that's another thing that I wanted to talk about. How will you say you just developed this thing where you just know? Because at first it was really, really hard for me. I was distraught because especially when we got the final diagnosis, because he had a pre-diagnosis at a very early age. Because like you, I'm that OG mama.
yeah,
Nah, something wrong with my baby. Y'all finna figure it out. He needs to be evaluated. We're not gonna wait until he's 6 or 7 years old trying to diagnose him with, because at that point we can't even start any of the therapies that he needs until we have this reference.
right.
So kind of go into like how you come about to just being that mama, because I know a lot of people are like, you just can't explain it, but it can be explained.
Like what, mama?
Like
There's
that mama
two
that
of
just
them in here.
know, like
Oh,
the mama that just know, like your baby ain't gotta say nothing.
I knew something was going on with Quentin before we left the hospital. I mean, there were other things that were going on during my pregnancy, but we had no idea um, that this was going to happen.
Right.
Uh, I looked at him and I told his dad, I was afraid to change his diaper because I'm like, look at these hands, y'all. I'm heavy handed. I got big hands for a woman and I'm heavy
Right.
handed on my kids. And I was afraid to touch him. And I don't mean like heavy handed, like hitting him. I'm just like, I'm not this little dainty.
Right. Just pick the baby up,
Yeah,
throw
I'm
his
just like, pick
legs
the
up, put
baby
the
up.
pamper up under there.
Yeah. I'm that mom. I'm like, you get this, I'm like patting their ass.
Right.
I'm gonna burp in a minute. But
Right.
anyway, so all that to say, I was afraid to like touch Quentin, like change his diaper, because he looked so frail. He was so small. He was a full term baby, and he barely weighed 5 pounds. He was so skinny. He looked, and his color was really bad. It was really bad. He looked. I have his hospital pictures that nobody ever got because he looked dead. Like he didn't look good at all. And when he was 2 weeks old was when I found out he was blind. And then we started going to the specialists and stuff. He had his first surgery when he was like 4.5 weeks old. And then he had one probably every other month until he was like 18 months old. Probably more often than that, actually, because by the time he was 2, he had like over a dozen eye surgeries.
This is why I tell you all the time, like, I need you. I need you because your experience is, when I think about it, because not just you, but our other sisters in the community, some of them may have it worse than me.
Me, I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
and then we don't even really know what's the fucking barometer because our
Mhm.
kids came here that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I think we all spend a healthy amount of time grieving the child that we actually did not get. But, you know, I mean, after they get here and we figure out what the deal is, we're like, oh, and we just kind of roll with it.
Exactly.
So is it really? It looks hard to other people, like you're hard. My worst day may be really easy for you if you were to put your feet in my shoes, and vice versa, or it could be the exact opposite. You could be like,
I don't
screaming.
think, sis, I'm dealing with it. I don't
Yeah,
think I can have as much courage or and I'm not on the cliche shit we just got through talking about, but I don't think I could put on your shoes even though I'm experienced. I don't. I
yeah.
don't. And that's why I get mad when people are telling you how to raise your child. Because a lot of times, that whole situation with you and Quinn sitting in the middle of the floor, there are people that were probably passing by or walking over y'all like, she need to whoop his ass.
I don't give a fuck. I wish they would tell me that.
Sis.
I mean, I don't, and I say something.
Right.
I'm just saying, say something because unless you want to, and I say that I'm being all fly and shit, but like
Right.
really, a lot of times people, when he was smaller, Quentin would cry and scream a lot because he didn't have really good language skills, so he cried and screamed a lot, and he just cried and screamed a lot, and I just kind of was like, he cries and screams a lot.
Right. He just that's him. Damn it.
And we'd be out in public and people are like, and I'm like, or some people would ask, they were like, is there something I can do for you? And
Right.
they didn't know, that he didn't have language. They ask if they could do something. And sometimes I'm like, no, I'm good.
Right.
He's upset, he'll be fine. I mean, but I have had people, I think they give me that look like, he shouldn't be where we're at, or, or they feel like if he can't behave right, I should take him out in public. And I'm like, well, fuck, most of y'all feel that way about your husbands. Why are you saying this about my disabled
Barbara.
child? You'd be like, he don't act right. I am not going anywhere with him.
Kim said, I like her. Look, sis, my sis is gangster, bro. She is a straight
I'm
gangster.
single, by the way, so just take that with a grain of salt. I don't know.
Sick of you, Barbara.
I don't know.
Let's talk about that. Has it been hard to date? Because I find it extremely hard for me to date. I have trust issues.
Oh yeah. Well, because there's so many moving parts here.
Right.
I mean, if we just even take away the fact that we have disabled children, take that completely out of the picture, the shit is still hard.
It's already hard out here for a pimp.
When he trying to get that money for the rent.
Do it, sis.
Put that shit out. For the Cadillac and gas money spent.
For y'all that don't know, this is how we interact in real life. We ain't up here trying to give y'all no comedy show, but we feed off of this because y'all really just don't understand. We have to laugh to keep from crying. There's man. Matter of fact, this weekend you started crying, and I'm like,
I can't help it.
I know.
Sometimes.
I know, but there's no judgment over here because, and I believe that was why I had to leave a lot of friends behind. Right. I have to leave a lot of friends behind because that moment that you had with me this weekend while we were on the phone, that would freak people that I thought were friends out, and they didn't know how to handle me. And it began to where I started noticing like people are avoiding me.
Handle shit to hold space for somebody you love. We're not asking you to handle it. Just fucking be there.
That's it.
Don't say
Sometimes I
shit.
just need to vent. Sometimes I just need to
Breathe.
cry. Sometimes I just need to scream and cuss and go the fuck off. And then I got that out. Let me start over.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of friends I can do that to either. I mean, very small. Um, yeah, not that many people. Probably less than 10 missing 3 fingers. Like, and then some of those, there's only certain things. And then some of the others in that group, I can let it loose. But I also am practicing a little bit more mindfulness because my shit is heavy, and I think a lot of other people's shit is heavy. So I try to practice asking permission to
Unload.
give this, release this energy because you know I might just fuck somebody's whole day up. They done already had a bad day and they're trying to be a good friend, but they really don't have the capacity.
That's how I became an introvert.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped going to family functions. Even now with me being in the industry that I work in, like I get a lot of invitations and I'm talking about some pretty fly shit. We talking about VIP, you know what I'm saying? Popping bottles and I get all those invitations. If I showed y'all my email at some of the people that actually personally email me to be in the building, just to be in the building, and I don't go. Um, a lot of the times if it's a day event, even if it's family friendly, I'm always thinking about what if we get there and King sensory goes into sensory overload. I'm always thinking about what if it's too hot? Because King has this thing, if he gets too hot, oh baby, it's going down. I don't think people really get, and I touched on that because I don't think people really get like being social. It even affects our social lives.
Yeah, and I feel you on the overstimulated thing. Even in the midst of me taking Quentin to things that he really enjoys, there can be some external stimulus that set him off. And,
Right.
and I mean, I'm talking about like whatever it is that triggers something in his brain, he feels like he is his behavior says he feels like he's in danger.
Right.
And he is like, I don't care if he knows you or doesn't know you, he's trying to whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Like, arms everywhere,
Yeah.
snatching, and he doesn't, he's not, I know it sounds really stupid to say this, but he's not
No.
literally like trying to hurt people. He's trying to protect himself. And that's the only way he knows how, based on the stimulus, the neurological like stimulus that he's processing.
I really hope that King's teachers, his current teachers, the principal, and the school system is listening right now because
There's too much cussing. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't care. Fuck them.
I don't care. I don't care either.
We OGs in this shit.
I don't.
But I'm not sure if I told you because it has been a while since we talked. We really ended up on the phone for 2 or 3 hours because it's been so long since we've actually had a chance to just sit down and talk. But King's teacher called CPS on me. She thought that I was abusing him because he is violent. And
she's a sped teacher?
Hold on, sis. I thought I had the bombs on this part, but I don't even have the bombs over here, but I was damn sure finna give them to her. Yeah. She's a special needs teacher. She sent CPS to my house. She said that King showed signs of physical abuse, neglect. She said that I told her, which she completely manipulated what I told her. What I told her is I use a separation tactic when he's attacking me, and I put him in his room. Mm-hmm. She told CPS that he shows evidence of being locked in a room. Like it was just this big elaborate, you know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is as soon as that woman walked through my door, you know what she said? I don't even know why I'm here. And my thing is you claim to care about my child so much. If you really cared about my child as much as you claim, you know that him being taken out of my care, or even that being at risk, is the wrong thing.
I know that. Are there other elementary schools that he can go to, or is this a
We
special?
right now, we have to get a FBA from I'm not gonna say the schools because I don't want too many people to know exactly where we are
Right.
here in Texas. There's another school that has come into place. Oh, honey, I done showed the fuck out.
Okay.
And
Well,
this
I don't
show
know
is a
why I
part
didn't
of that.
expect you to.
Right. I done showed out. They're in the process of putting cameras in the classroom because I feel like if you send a CPS here, maybe I need to be watching you.
Do you know who's responsible for that?
Who?
Cameras getting put in the classrooms, because it wasn't allowed at first.
We had an ARD meeting and I told them King just started school last week. And as you know, school has been in session for almost a month.
Mm-hmm.
But I told them I wasn't sending my baby until we all sat down, we all talked, and we all came up with a curriculum that could help him, because y'all are not helping him. I know that he has the capacity to learn, because the lady that comes here to our house, she's been with our family for a little over 5 months, and my son's already progressing. I asked them, could they at least, if I could find someone myself for hire. I just need he needs that one-on-one. First of all, he's the only child.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have no siblings. So when you are in a classroom of 8 to 12 other kids, you're gonna do some shit to get some attention. Even a regular quote unquote kid is gonna do that. That's where class clowns are brought up at. I was a spoiled ass little girl. I'm of course I have siblings, but I was the only kid in the house with my grandmother. And if I wasn't getting no attention, I got to bam, here I am, ladies and gentlemen, superstar. That was me. That was me.
I believe you.
So I'm going through a lot right now, and I think a lot of people, even like we were just saying, talking about friends, I've lost so many friends. I have, and it don't hurt no more. It used to hurt so bad, and almost to a point where I was ashamed of my child.
Oh no.
Yeah. Girl, don't make me cry. I'm trying to hold it together here, Barbara.
Yeah, and I know we both, all disabled children are so unique and multifaceted and so complex. So I know I don't know everything that you deal with excuse me, King's behavior and whatnot, but I do know that our children's behavior can be limiting in the things we do and the places we choose to go. And he is all up in our car. He's up there ear hustling.
Hi, Q.
All the way in the living room. And I say that to preface what I'm about to say is that I usually just take Quentin wherever I go.
Right.
If I can manage it and I have, the strength, sometimes I've tried to go places and we've just turned right back around and went home because it wasn't working well. But I just try to take him everywhere I go.
Right. And that's really, that's.
I mean, look, I'm taking a grown ass, and I do mean everywhere. Like I have to take him into the bathroom with me. If there's no family bathroom, guess what?
He going in the ladies' room with me.
With a beard.
This just happened today. This just happened today. I took him in the ladies' room with me in Walmart, and the women was looking around. And I'm like, bitch, mind your business.
Girl, we be in the bathroom, and if I have to go to the bathroom, I try to get the handicap stall. So I'm like, here, if I can take his wheelchair in there, or if we're walking, I'm like, catch a wall, and he'll lean on the wall or whatever. And I'm in there trying to hurry up and take care of my business or whatever. And all of a sudden, here come his deep ass voice. What are we doing, mama? And I'm like, probably everybody in there. Please stop. Like,
right.
What are we doing, Mama? And I'm like, I'm trying to hurry up, go to the bathroom so we don't scare half these
Right. Yeah.
But once we come out, and I still get looks too, though. I mean, some people are understanding and they're like, well, there's really nothing that she can do. What is she going to do? I'm not going to leave him sitting outside. And anyway, I get looks too. And he literally, like I said, he literally goes everywhere with me.
Right.
Into the bathroom.
Right. We're gonna get off into some of these comments. I'm not ignoring y'all. I want y'all to take in this information. Kimberly said people don't understand that you all get tired because you can't stop or quit. Absolutely no choice. You have to keep going because you all are the moving force for your babies. They don't understand that your trust issues are so different from another parent whose child is not special needs. Absolutely, Kim. Hey, Tastacia. If y'all missed the Tastacia has been here with us for Locked and Loaded. If y'all missed that, it is available on Spotify. Y'all make sure y'all go check that interview out. She said, I deal with the oh my God, Ty. I'm sorry. This is somebody I'm close to. She's never told me this personally. Wow. I deal with the nonverbal. She is behind in her speech. So she screams and cries because we don't understand what she says or what she wants. She has to take time and show me what she wants. Oh Lord. Sis, you might have to take it from here.
I mean, I mean, felt to have a child who cannot tell you what they need, or even tell you if they're hungry. Oh my God, that is really hard. Quentin, however, is disagreeing. He says we eat corn dogs. I don't think he's hungry. All the way from the front of the house, he's like, we eat corn dogs. So I'm assuming that's what he wants.
He knew Auntie Kitty needed him, but she needed a laugh. Ty, call me after this show is over.
We tried to teach Quentin sign because he was nonverbal for so long. Well, with his vision, it was really hard to teach him how to sign. Right. Have a really funny story though about his kind of first word. His first word was really shit because his grandma.
They always cussing first.
Well, because he stayed with his granny for the first year of his life, and everything was well shit. But anyway, we tried to teach him how to eat. When if he was hungry, we would eat more. We were trying to teach him those two very basic signs.
Right.
And he absolutely refused. And we even tried to get him to say more, and he refused. And we even tried to shorten it up and say, Quentin, say mo, I want mo, mo, like that. And he absolutely refused. And all of his life, when here come the Quentinese, the story about the Quentinese I told you, he come up to me and he talking about Menominee. I said, what? He said, Menominee.
He wants to eat.
He wants to eat more.
I got this shit down pat. I got it.
This boy made up his whole. We tried to do all these things. He talking about Menominee.
King is want more, but he does know how to sign. And that was something also I wanted to add. That's why I want you to call me Ty, because early detection, you can reverse some of this shit with early detection. Fight for your baby, get in them doctors' faces, get in their asses, and hey, I need an evaluation. Let me tell you something. Evaluations get you referrals.
Mm-hmm.
Get in their asses and make them. A lot of them will make it hard for you, or they'll think that you're the conventional mom that just wants a check or something of that sort. Stay on top of that shit. Let me tell you something. It can be reversed. King confirms that. King confirms that because a lot of you who do know our story, a lot of you who have been around my baby, remember he was that baby that went to the corner and played by himself and didn't say shit. He was that baby that oftentimes you caught him staring off into space.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I understand some of her words, like she will say certain stuff that me and my mom will understand. That's that phenomenal mom instinct. We just know, just like you knew, just like you said that about Quinn, and I already knew, girl, he want more to eat. The fuck you mean? Get that baby some more food.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
But yeah. She said they want to test her for autism. She has an appointment in November at Children's. Awesome. Children's is how we got our pre-diagnosis. I want to give a big shout out because a lot of you who watch here watch because you were a part of King's journey. Shout out to everybody that was working at Making Rainbow. My baby was maybe barely 2, and we noticed that yo, something ain't right. Some, you know, and I had been telling these doctors something is not right with my baby, and they just kept telling me that every child is different. You know, they mature at their own pace. You know, give him time. Then I had that whole, you know, how the Black community holds on to, well, you know, boys are slower than girls. You know, give him some time. But I knew the entire time I had already been researching autism because a cousin of mine, it was taking him a little longer to talk than possible. And I had already been researching autism. So I kind of like, I guess you could say I kind of knew what to look for. And I kind of knew that, yo, this something is not right. But by all means necessary, get that baby tested. Kimberly said, yes, he was. Kim, you know, King did not talk to nobody. You know, you didn't know it because I did not. I'm like, we is not going to be back and forth over here crying on the phone. But, you know, you brought me to tears when you were talking about how cute he wouldn't let you touch him.
Yeah.
There was a time when I couldn't hug King.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart.
I would, he would, you know, he would get real stiff and, you know, like lean back, like he did not want to be. I couldn't even put lotion on him. I did anyway, because you got to moisturize, but
absolutely,
he hated it. And it was uncomfortable for him. And, you know, even to this day, there's certain things he won't do. I mean, he will if it's like required for a certain activity, but he's still not a big fan of hugs. And he doesn't want me, like, you know, like at night when I lay next to him in his bed and we say our affirmations or whatever. And if I try to like put my head on his shoulder or something, he's like, get off me now. I'm like,
Q gives me life. I'm sorry, y'all, but Q gives me life.
He'd just be laying there. He'd be like, okay, get off me now.
Right. Right. Like, I'm bringing all this for it because a lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? They only know a majority of the time. For a lot of you became my followers because of bitch, she a mother. Let her go check on Q, see what's going on. But a lot of y'all became my followers and began following me and King because of a video that went viral. And after that video went viral, I decided that I wasn't, because just like I got some good rapport from that video, there were a lot of people who had some very mean things to say to me. I told you I was gonna share some of those. One day I'm gonna go and I'm gonna share some of those inboxes with y'all. Matter of fact, it got so bad. A lot of times people ask me, why you got so many pages? Those people ran me off that page because people were finding me after I released that video. They were finding me under my name, Denisha Henderson. For those of you who are still on that page and wonder why I never post over there, people were actually harassing me. They were telling me what I was doing wrong. They were telling me you don't deserve that baby. There were comments under our video. Somebody called CPS, you know, and although I know that video had a lot to do with my rise to the top as far as podcasting goes, as far as anybody even seeing us, it's hard for me to watch that video. It's really hard for me to go back and see where I was at that time. Bitch, I'm a warrior right now. Y'all come with it. Come with it. I'm OG status. I'll fuck you up with this mouth right here. Machine gun kitty.
Right.
But at that time, I was weak. I was a new mom, a new special needs mom, and I didn't know how to handle it. So I said all that to ask you, What has gotten you through with all the negativity? How do you get past that?
Uh, in general, uh, there's not a lot because you got one time. Just you got one time, and that's it.
Right.
Um, for any of my kids. Uh,
Yeah.
but it's, especially over Quentin. I haven't had, well, when you say negativity and all that stuff, like,
Well, I'm gonna bring up a time that I know for a fact. When y'all was at McDonald's.
oh, girl, yeah, that bitch, she needed her ass whipped. I wanted to fuck her up so bad. I thought about that shit all the way home. I was mad that I did not get out of the car and snatch her. I was mad, but I'm glad that I didn't do it. Because I don't have bail money. Um,
Me neither, sis.
and Quentin can't drive home, so um, but yeah, we were, and it really wasn't even about him. She just wanted to pick this particular thing because she wasn't getting a reaction out of me, and
Yeah.
like none whatsoever, and that shit made her mad.
That's normally what happens though with special needs parenting. That's people can't get to you, so they attack your child. They know that that's a trigger.
And she's right, but she's lucky. I had my queen hat on that day because, oh my God. You know what? And I'm getting old too, so I can't be whooping hoes.
Nah, we can't be falling and breaking shit,
I can't be doing shit like that.
and we done got too old to be going to jail because we can't even fight bitches off that if they try to rape us and shit.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm cute, so we're cute.
Exactly, and you're cute.
Problems, and we'd have problems. No, I'm just kidding. But no, for real. Like um, that kind of negativity, and it happened to me in another public place too. We were at the fair one year, and Quentin was in his wheelchair, and the fair is crowded. Be crowded as, I mean, it's like 35 on a Monday morning,
Right.
35
Right.
north on a Monday morning inside
Mm-hmm.
the fair. It's terrible with people like that. And we were walking, and this lady, I guess she was trying to get around us. I was with all of my kids, my two daughters and my son. And she walked like, I don't know what, I really don't even know what she was pissed about, but like she, moved around the front of us real quick, and she was like, move your retarded ass baby or something like that. And I went to go jump, and my oldest daughter snatched me, and she was like, Mama. Now that was a long time ago. That was probably, I don't know.
Look, early on.
Yeah, I might have been in my 30s, maybe late 30s. I would have still,
And see, people don't. I'm picking you. I'm getting all the stuff from you that people don't know, and these are things that they hear from me. But I think they need to hear it from a mama that's been in this. That you special needs OG, like a dead ass. If I'm having a bad day, like sometimes I just go to your page because I'm just
the
like,
SPE
I know.
OG.
Right. I know Barbara got
I'm
something
just
on here
kidding.
that can help me get through the day. Because, bitch, you're trying it. And Kimberly said some inexperienced teachers need to watch this. We a little raw, but y'all more than welcome to watch. Straight
Yeah.
up.
Well, you know
Share
what?
it.
Quentin's high school teacher, she was cool in a fan. She was a really white lady, but she was super cool. Like me and her.
Right. We y'all tight. And
Yeah.
that's how me and Kimberly were. I love Kim. I loved Mrs. Martinez. Those two made a very big impact in King's life.
Yeah.
Um, it was like his something had clicked, and my baby was coming home, and I'm just like, because of course we're always scared for the first. I was scared to put him on the bus. I
Mm-hmm.
was scared to send him off with people that I did not know. But they definitely, like Kim does not have no idea how appreciative I am for the, even though she probably feel like the part she played was so small. You have
No, it
no
ain't.
idea how much I
No, it ain't,
appreciate you,
because
girl.
if we like, look, I already told you, I took him out. I pulled him out of class, before the end of the school year because I didn't feel like he was safe anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I fussed at them to make them move him from a school because I didn't feel like he was safe anymore. And I done went up there, and I done let him have it. I mean,
Right.
really, over all of my kids, I
Yeah.
have. They got Quentin just couldn't be like, no, mama, you're going to embarrass me. Because my other kids would be like, no, don't do it again.
Right.
but, but for Quentin, he couldn't say that. So I was up there doing it again.
Right.
No, I mean, it is a very big deal.
If you had something to tell those kids that feel like, ooh, I'm gonna make a shitload of money being right here, what would you tell them? Me personally, I'm gonna start here. Don't do it unless you love it. Don't do it unless you really, really want to help our children. Don't do it
Well,
because you got parents like me and her to the left that will fuck you up about their babies.
Well, and here's the thing: they're not making shit loads of money. They're not making hardly
they
any
give them
money
that
at
impression.
All.
Well, when I say that, I'm talking about the therapists and everything, because let's be clear, the therapists do make some good money.
Do you know how long they gotta go to school to be? They're in so much debt by the time they get to our kids. Them folks, they're broke. They're getting paid a lot of money, but they got a lot of bills. That student loan and all that, man.
That's even more of a reason to make sure that this is something that you're doing from the heart.
Yeah.
Kim been in this business. Did y'all see that? 21 years.
Well, I used to, not special, well, sort of, but not directly. I used to work for 25 years. I worked as administrative support to geriatric and pediatric home health.
Okay.
And what I did was like an intake resources coordinator. So I would, get clients their services, get, doctor's orders, evaluations, authorizations. But on the flip side of it, on the back side of it, I was like kind of the unofficial social worker because Medicaid doesn't pay for social worker visits for our kids. Right. So a lot of parents don't know about, they have these old whack ass case managers that don't ever do nothing. But anyway, all of that to say, I would work a lot more with the families when I did pediatric stuff to like match them, like with services and resources and things that I helped. A lot of parents didn't even know their kids could get disability.
Right.
They didn't know that they could be put on waiting lists for certain services and all this. I mean, just ridiculous stuff. And even just stuff that wasn't even, in the scope of what my company was doing, like just helping moms get uniforms for their babies for the first day of school, or, helping them find a pediatrician that I know would totally advocate for their baby, because some doctors, you go in and you say, my child has a speech delay. And they're like, no, we don't. And you're trying to ask for a speech therapy referral just for an evaluation because you're not a speech therapist. Just for an evaluation. A lot of doctors would say no.
Yeah.
And they think,
been there.
Yeah. They think that, therapy services for pediatric kids are, stupid and that they don't make any sense. But baby, get all them services, because when King turns 21, I'm here to tell you, it all goes away.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
I just spent since the month of April, beginning of May, arguing with his insurance that he needs physical therapy. And he can barely walk or stand, and, gets tired and falls, and but he don't need it. He has cerebral palsy. So what? It's just kind of how it's going to be.
I'm trying to be nice.
I wasn't. I fussed and I didn't cuss, except for one time this lady called me from Molina and I was like, this is bullshit. She was like, you know what? I agree with you. And I'm like, but it still's not helping. So I did everything. Everything that they thought I wasn't going to do. I even took it to a court officer. And guess what? They changed their motherfucking mind.
That part. Thank you so much for coming on today. I think we've shed a lot of light. Like I said, if any of you know some parents, those of you who are just beginning your journey, I'm always open. I'm always open, y'all. Especially when, because like she said, a lot of parents it's certain things that people don't know. There are some parents that don't know that there are certain therapies that there are allowed for their kids. A lot of parents think just because they're getting in school therapy that it stops there. No, get your baby some outside therapy too. Both of those coincide with each other, and a lot of times these folks, like Barbara just got to say, and they not getting paid much. They really don't give a damn. It's just routine. Let me go buy the book. You know.
Yeah.
You okay, mamas?
Yeah. I squirreled on something. I have a bug bite on my leg, and I was like,
Oh, girl.
I squirreled.
If you are a parent and you detect that something is wrong, go with your gut.
Yeah.
If I hadn't went with my gut, King would be the progress that he's made right now. That wouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. Kim, I may have you on as an educator.
Right.
I don't see me letting go of this right now, especially considering what I've gone through and what I am going through. I want the world to know how we're treated. Because I don't think it's a thing of they know how we're treated and they just don't give a damn. I don't think too many people speak up. That's what I was doing with that viral video. I was speaking up for my child.
Yeah.
Y'all, there are a lot of people that sit back and laugh at it until it's you. I love you all. I want you to love yourselves. Y'all make sure, give them Q's page real quick.
On Facebook, he is Quentin Cornelius Johnson, Trillis Cat in Texas. On TikTok, he's Trillist Cat in Texas, which is, I don't know. I guess we could type it in the chat for people, but so they can spell it.
Once this show is over, tag him on Facebook and then put the other information underneath in the comments.
Okay.
Or you can do it right now. Well, it's not gonna tag it.
Yeah. Well, I actually I tried to tag him on it when I was sharing the post, but for some reason it wouldn't let me on one of the shares. I think
it's a possibility I had not. Girl, I had a whole bunch of shit going on over here, so I had to make my pages private. So every time we go live, I have to make sure that I make these videos public. I'm gonna make sure I do that here soon. Kim said, "I love you," and tell Miss Barbara she rocks. She is, and she happens to be my rock. I love my sister so much. I know a lot of people be like, "Kitty," how white people be calling me racist and shit, and I'm like, I'm not racist. I pulled that card. I got a white friend.
Oh Jesus, you're funny.
But
okay, I think that's there.
Make sure that you're following Q. King also has a page. It's Walk with King. It's Walk with King on both pages. Y'all make sure y'all go there. You typed it in here, sis. Mm-hmm. You typed it in our private chat.
Oh, well, shit. Okay,
I got it. Don't worry. I'm finna put it up here.
Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to be in the comments. Oops.
Girl, I done put it. I'm finna put it back in the conversation. You know, we both tired. We was just talking about how tired we was earlier.
How do I make it? Where do I?
I got it. I'm doing it right now. Y'all make sure y'all go and follow Q. Q is a freaking vibe. I'm gonna need you to post some more of Q. Q is a vibe.
Well, and I'm on Facebook. I'm Barbara Audacity Johnson. And I have I have a folder that's just for Quentin, like videos and pictures and all kinds of cute shit. But I'm Barbara Audacity Johnson on Facebook, and I'm Audacity 984 on Instagram.
Right.
And those are the only two social media platforms I'm on, because this shit is hard.
It is.
I don't know how people do it. It's a lot.
Girl, I know people, King fans over there, like, ain't this some shit? Because I just photo bombed and video bombed a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of those videos I was holding on to because I kind of have a hard time letting people see us vulnerable, especially like I was telling y'all earlier, especially after that video of me and King went viral. It was like people were more so attacking me than me getting any other, support or whatever. So that kind of made me not want to post anything anymore. But We gonna get it together around here. Y'all make sure that you go and follow King on Instagram as well as on Facebook. It is walk_with King. So y'all check that out. Our babies, them personalities is something else. Our babies will, if you need a smile, go to our babies' pages. For real, for real.
Wait till you see Quentin hitting them verses with Bun B.
Man,
hold up.
Girl, when that baby be on him, didn't he take a picture with Bun B?
Yeah, he has a whole video with Bun B. He got
That's right.
Yeah, he got to do a couple verses on International Players Anthem, and I've taken Quentin to see Bun live like 2 or 3 times, and Bun always
He's a fan.
Yeah, he's a big fan. Yeah, very big fan. Quentin is a big fan of Southern rap and Bob Marley.
Right.
Gangster shit.
Did you ever get his DVDs to play?
No, we keep warranties on all of his electronics because he uses them so much. So usually about a year in of a 2-year warranty, we're replacing something.
Okay.
So we just have to buy a new warranty instead of spending like $200 on a brand new DVD player,
Right,
or a set of wireless headphones or whatever that is.
I got a DVD
Keep the
player.
warranties.
I got a DVD player over here if you need it, but we'll talk about that later. Tastacia said, what is your Instagram again?
Mine is Audacity 984. AUDACITY 984.
Right. Thank you so much, Barbara. I so appreciate you.
So much fun. I could sit up here and talk to you forever, but now I gotta pee. So
right, we gotta go, y'all. I love y'all. I want you to love yourselves. Y'all make sure y'all follow Q, y'all follow Barbara, y'all follow King, and y'all already following me. Yeah. I love you. Y'all have an awesome day. It's been another episode of Locked and Loaded, epic in the books. Holla at y'all later.